Action! Say what again? Say what again?
You're gonna see some serious shit.
I'll be back.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
That word is dairy. Critically awesome. Critically awesome.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Critically Awesome. My name is Trent.
Sorry. And I'm Garrett.
And boy, have we missed you. And we've got a newcomer. I think the last time we talked to each other or seen each other, little baby Jane wasn't around. So we've got Jane here. She's going to be joining me because Mom's at work. I've got the other two with my my mother. And so this is Jane. She's now 4 months old. Almost. Oh yeah, she thinks she's 4 months. She likes to try to grab the earphones too. So she'll be joining us and on this incredibly awesome return to Critically Awesome. So what have you been up to, Garrett?
Well, I have not a whole lot, just kind of working and trying to keep up with all these new movies coming out, TV shows as well, you know, just, I don't know, just trying to stay relevant to what we've been missing, you know, for the past, like, 5 or 6 months.
Right. I tell you, it's been difficult. I've been trying to catch up. I've got Hulu now, so that helps me stay caught up. So I've caught up to watching Empire and, you know, hopefully, I mean, that show is pretty awesome. Now I've just got to wait for the next season to come out, which is, I think, in fall. So Empire is an amazing show. I highly suggest watching it. Terrence Howard's.
I have not seen it yet. I might try watching it, though.
Yeah, his performance in that is, he just does an amazing job. His acting is just above and beyond amazing. There's times when you hate his actor or his character, and then there are times that you love him, and you're just like, oh man, and then you're just like, why would you do that? And then there are other times when you're looking at other people's characters, and you're just like, bro, stop being such a little bitch. It's just enough. Yeah. And if you watched the show, you know exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
So
I'll have to give it a try, definitely.
I know that this podcast is going to be kind of probably going to be a short one, maybe. Who knows? The way Garrett and I talk.
We might go off tangents. Who knows? But hopefully you guys enjoy and are enjoying our new setup. We're no longer doing a flip back and forth like we were doing before. We actually are side by side now, as you could tell. In which I don't know if Trent, if you want to maybe do a kind of a welcome thing on the comments, so people can see that if you guys comment, you'll actually be on the video as well. As Trent's doing that. Also, I know it's kind of hard to see a little bit, but in the lower part here, you can see that's where you can follow us at. That's actually our Facebook page. See, there you go, Trenton. Says Trent and says, hi, everyone. I mean, so, you know, your comments can be on our podcast live as well as when it's recorded after we're done. So hopefully you guys enjoy this new setup, and I think hopefully we will too. I think it'll be a lot better for us, especially since we got to do our actual intro. You know, we had our music and everything. So hopefully you guys enjoy this.
Right now, this is when I wish I had off-camera time.
That's the one thing probably that's not good about this, but I mean, I think it's a lot better though, as far as for our viewers. So I guess I know you were talking a little bit about some of your movie and theater updates, you know, and all that. Not theater, movie and TV show updates. Anything else? Have you seen any other recent movies? I know we were talking about Spider-Man, of course, is going to be kind of our biggest thing talking about this in this podcast. So we won't really go into depth as far as Spider-Man just yet. We'll talk about that when we get to that point. Any other movies that you've seen in the past, like, 6 months of our hiatus.
We weren't gone for 6 months.
Yes, we were. We haven't. We have not done a podcast since I got my new computer. And that was back in like February.
Gross. She threw up on me. Welcome back to Critically Awesome. Oh gosh, I've watched a lot. You know, like I said, Empire's been one. Caught up on Orange is the New Black. That was good. I mean, it was an interesting season, that's for sure.
And so
if you haven't
liked it that much.
I liked it. Tiffany didn't like it, and then she started watching it with me again, and then she started liking it again, of course. So, we have 5 people watching right now, which is pretty fantastic. It's probably because of Jane. Oh my goodness.
She's a little grumpy at the moment.
Yeah. I think she's still hungry. I don't know. Or she's tired. And it's kind of hard for her to sleep when we got these bright lights. And all this commotion. I know. What have you watched, Garrett?
Well, let's see. As far as movie-wise, I went and saw Wonder Woman, which was an amazing... I thought it was a fantastic movie. A really good step in the right direction for the DCU, I thought. They did really well with her kind of origin a little bit. It was because it's a 4-part movie, right? So it's a 4-scene movie. I thought maybe the last scene kind of lacked a little bit. It was a little hard not to picture because the actor who was the main villain, which I don't know if I want to talk any more about that since Trent hasn't really seen it yet.
It's okay. I'm not really paying attention on too much
okay.
right now.
Anyways, if anyone who has ever seen Wonder Woman, you'll know that like one of the main actors in there is the actor who played Professor Lupin in Harry Potter. So it's kind of hard not to, for people who have seen it. I don't want to spoil too much, but who have seen it, it's kind of hard not to picture Professor Lupin in certain parts of it. So, and especially some of on the final scene parts, the action is really great. There's some spots where she's moving like way too quickly. I thought in the way of how it's being shot, and it's so you can tell it's CGI. Of course, it's all CGI, but it's just I think it's too quick of a scene in some spots. But that's really the only thing I can really think of. The storyline is really good. Chris Pine does an amazing job, as well as Gal Gadot. Those two are really awesome together, I thought. Let's see, and then I watched another movie. I just can't think. I watched another movie in the theaters, and I can't think of it at the moment. I watched Django Unchained a couple days ago. Savannah watched it for the first time. Yeah, that as well, and she kind of thought it was pretty interesting. We watched some Kill Bill as well a while back, a long time ago.
I mean, other than Rogue One and all that other stuff that came out.
Yeah, well, Rogue One was in December, so we already did all that. I can't think of some. I'm sure there's a couple other movies I missed of what I. Oh, Beauty and the Beast. We watched that as well, but that's way back there. And then Guardians of the Galaxy.
That one.
Volume 2.
I did see that one.
You watched that one?
I did. That was a good one. I was trying to think of the other movie that I saw in the theater, and then I remembered it was Guardians of the Galaxy.
And then I watched, as well as I watched the Aliens movie. Was it The Covenant, or what's the newest one? I can't remember what it was. It was pretty good. I wasn't really into it that much, to be honest. Yeah, that's about it for movie wise. Of course, watched Star Wars not too long ago. Rogue One a little bit further than that, or not Rogue One. Force Awakens a little bit further than that. So, as far as TV show wise, sorry. TV shows. I've been watching a little bit Bones with Savannah. I tried watching. I finished all like the Flash, the Arrow, Supergirl, iZombie. I'm ready. I'm excited for Rick and Morty coming up. The new season, July 30th.
Yeah, I finished that. Not the new season. I need to catch up on Archer though.
Archer, yeah, I didn't. I can watch it, but I stopped watching it for a while because I had so many other shows I was watching. Let's see what else. I know there's another one that I'm excited for coming out. I watched Game of Thrones on Sunday. We can't talk about it because Trent.
Let's not talk about it at all.
It's epic, especially like the opening scene is pretty epic.
Shut up.
I'll tell you that.
Go ahead and just talk about it.
No, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it. You can't even see me. I forgot.
I'm watching on the thing.
Yeah.
I can still hear you though because you were yelling at me.
Let's see what else is coming out. Is anything else coming on the 30th? I feel like. Oh, besides movies, maybe. But that's about it. I can think of at least without me having written them down. So.
Yeah, I know we didn't really prepare as well as I'd like to for this show.
Yeah, you had a lot going on though too today.
I did. Like, I had to take Tiff to the hospital and all that other fun stuff. I've started getting into the comic book world, so
he's actually
very
a true rounded geek now.
Oh my goodness! I guess it is pretty bad because it's a Star Wars comic. I mean, I'm starting to read. I'm reading the Darth Vader comic, which, by the way, is like seriously totally worth every penny that you pay for it. It shows the sequence of events directly after he gets into his Darth Vader suit, and right after, and actually during the very last scene of episode 3, when he's like, "Where's Padme? You said that she could save her."
No.
And then he's like, "Oh, but in your anger, you." Yeah, it's like, no.
As he crushes everything inside.
Which was pretty BA.
That was like the only good part about that movie. To be honest.
Well, what I like about the comic book is that, you know, everyone says that Darth Vader is the most badass villain of all time. I'm being one of them. I absolutely love Darth Vader. He's one of my favorite villains from any movie. And this shows this particular comic book shows his going from being mostly human to mostly robotic, and it shows his highs and basically his lows, and it also kind of goes more into depth on how the Sith get their own lightsabers. They take the kyber crystals of a Jedi that they've killed, and they bleed their kyber crystal and put it into their own lightsaber. And so the way they bleed it is they take all the hope out of the kyber crystal, because if you've ever watched Rebels, you've known that kyber crystals are a living thing, and it chooses the person.
Well, in Clone Wars, they showed that a little bit too, but probably more in Rebels, I bet.
Yeah, it chooses its owner, the kyber crystal does, for the lightsaber, and so once that is taken, that life force of the Jedi is taken, and then the Sith have to bleed it, which means that they feel all their hate and anger with it, and that gives it its crimson glow. And so, with that being said, what does that say about Kylo Ren's anger? Since his lightsaber is so sporadic and just everywhere and kind of lightning and stuff. Not connected to any YouTube live chat.
It's fine. I took it off. No one was. I don't know what was wrong with it, but we'll just
that's okay.
That was anyways,
does that mean that his is just so full of hate and anger that it just electrifies all of that hate and anger and grief and despair and all that other Seth crap? Or does that mean that, like we thought before, it's just a cracked crystal, so it's going to have, issues? So that's what I was wondering.
Yeah,
when I heard
I
that.
need to read what you've been reading. We can do kind of a comic update kind of thing for our podcast, of course. We can do a weekly or a bi-weekly or something like that, kind of update on stuff like that. So,
Yeah, the next Darth Vader comic comes out on August 1st, and it's killing me because they leave you on such bad cliffhangers. Like, ugh. Well, if you're gonna read it, I really don't want to spoil it too much. The intro that I gave to Darth Vader comic book is basically the very first book, and you can find it on Facebook or any of the, if you follow Star Wars like pages on Facebook,
yeah.
they have videos of it and explanations into it and stuff like that. So,
Okay.
I'm gonna try to make us not just solely a Star Wars page.
Yeah, but
I'm not.
we end up talking about it more than anything, though. That's we love it, though.
And we grew up with it too, so we watched it go from good to bad to worse, and then back to being good again.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you want to be on camera again?
Also, speaking of, I know comic books, but I just finished actually the last book of the Harry Potter series, The Deathly Hallows. So I can say now that I have completely read all 7 books of Harry Potter and seen all the movies. So
apparently they're coming out with 2 more books.
That's what I heard. But it's not J.K. Rowling's books though. I think it's someone else, from what I've kind of heard about. I didn't really look into it as much, but
yeah, that's something that Tristan told me about, my little brother. He's been on our show before. He told me that there are 2 new books coming out. I'm not sure who's writing them. I figured it was J.K. Rowling, but I don't know. I don't really go into. I have watched the Harry Potter movies.
yeah.
Thought they were neat, but I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, Harry Potter.
Dude, like, I'll be honest, I like the movies. They're awesome. And of course, going from book to movie adaptation is really hard in general. You've seen that all the time, with anything. You can't put everything that's in the books. And of course, you have a director, unless the person who wrote the books is directing the movie, it's not going to be the same, because they're going to have a different twist or feel of how this character should be compared to the books. But
well, that's not entirely true also, because if you look at Walking Dead, Robert Kirkman, the writer and creator of Walking Dead, is very much involved with the series, and he does his own little twists and tweaks to the show, what he wanted to do to the comics, but it was already too late. So, plus he didn't want to make it exactly page to film adaptation. Yeah. He wanted to have some differences and stuff like that, and different character plots and all that stuff.
Now, like the differences between the Harry Potter books and the movies, there's some character plot points that they should have. I think they should have at least added some more of it compared to the books. But
they were already long.
But my favorite book, though, I think, is Deathly Hallows. I really enjoyed that one. It was really good. But that's about it on my update. You anything else to add?
Oh man, I watched a thing about O.J. Simpson. I'm watching another thing now. Recently, he's been coming back into the limelight, and it was something that Cuba Gooding Jr. was in. He played O.J. in the movie, in the it was like a Netflix original, I think is what it was. For the life of me, I can't remember the name, but it was really, really good. Joey from Friends, I think was his name. He played Robert Kardashian, who is one of OJ's lawyers and ended up actually being a really big help to OJ. And then that's basically how the Kardashians got their names. I mean, they ended up being, they ended up showing the girls in this, not like grown-up girls, but like acting-wise. They had like girls their age whenever OJ was going through all of his stuff. But it showed not just the side that the media wanted you to see, but it showed you what OJ was going through, how all of his court processions. Oh, and John Travolta was in it too. Very Botox up John Travolta, but it was still John Travolta. You couldn't tell if he had any emotion or not. That's the only downfall. I mean, he kind of looked like the Joker, the Jack Nicholson Joker.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how much Botox he had in his face, which I really hate it because, you know, he still did a great performance. It's just he couldn't show any emotion because his face was plastic, and everything. And I don't know if that was like what his character was supposed to be like, or you know, just what was happening, but or what he was just his face was just going through. I don't know, but I know that movie, you know, we all thought that OJ was guilty and he got away with it. Well, this showed you what happened, what OJ wanted to put involved in this and stuff, and you know, also what the facts were bringing up. You know, it shows you, well, this is a cut and cold case. OJ did it, and then you hear OJ's side of the story and you see what he was doing and what his defense put in. You know, then you're like, well, maybe it wasn't. Then who did it? So it was the people versus OJ. You know,
Yeah.
I think it's very interesting. And so that's if you like watching movies about court and all that other stuff, definitely watch the series of the people versus OJ. And I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix. So
I heard
it's really good.
I
Keep it
remember
going.
you talking about it, and I would like to go. I would like to try to see it one time. And
Definitely, you'll. I think you might like it. Tiffany even liked it, if that says anything. She likes Daredevil, so
you can't trust her very well.
well, if I liked it and then she liked it, so
So
you know,
at least
that's-
there's a good happy medium right there, right? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, we'll go with that. Oh man, she sometimes when she likes to get me riled up, she'll say stuff like "I hate cherries" and the song "Paradise City" sucks, and Guns N' Roses is a terrible song, has terrible music, and I'm like, oh girl, you just really wanted a divorce, aren't you? So,
Oh man.
but ew, Jane, what's your deal? But shoot. So what movies are coming out this week?
That's what I am
Did you know?
trying to look up. So you have Dunkirk. That's the World War II movie. That's coming out. War of the Planet Apes came out. I think Dunkirk. Let's see what else. Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. That's coming out. That's about it, I think, as far as like the mainstream movies that are coming out.
Yeah, there's a couple other ones that next week the Emojis movie comes out, which
God.
oh my god, I thought that they scrapped that, but
I know, I
guess
thought
they
they
were.
did too, but apparently not.
And then the week after that, which is one movie that the movie that I'm really looking forward to is The Dark Tower.
I know that looks really good. That looks so good that I want to read the books, like just so I can know more about it.
Right, that's how I am. I gotta find them, but at the same time, I want to watch it so bad because it's got Matthew McConaughey in it
He makes
and Idris Elba.
and he's playing a villain, which he doesn't really play very often.
Yeah, but he's gonna be a great villain.
I think he will. That's what I'm saying. Like you won't see it very often, but I think he will be a good villain. The following week after that, the 28th, the weekend of the 28th is Atomic Blonde. I really want to see that. That looks really has James McAvoy in it.
Let's see.
The Dark Tower comes out in August.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah. The last weekend of the 28th is Atomic Blonde.
They are coming out with another Starship Troopers movie.
There's a Girls Trip one. I don't know what the heck that is.
Anyways, now let's get on the topic of Valerian.
Okay.
We kind of talked a little bit about it before the podcast. I have my doubts about it a little bit. I have a feeling it's going to be one of those movies to where they put in a ton of money into the budget. They're just gonna shoot you with all this stuff, like, yes, it's directed by the director of The Fifth Element and Lucy. Though both of those movies were, I guess, pretty. I mean, The Fifth Element was a good movie.
Lucy was pretty good. I liked Lucy.
I didn't see Lucy, so I can't tell you. I mean, it's got Scarlett Johansson, but at the same time, it's one of those. I have a feeling it's going to be. Some people are going to love it. Some people are going to hate it. I don't think it's going to be a cult classic like The Fifth Element, because that's what The Fifth Element is. It's got a cult following.
Honestly, I get more of a Hellboy vibe when I see this movie too. Don't you?
I get a John Carter vibe.
I don't get that. I guess because I've only seen John Carter a handful of times, and I just kind of forget
John
about
Carter because that's just how much I think that this movie is going to be forgotten about. People are going to see it. Oh, that looks. I mean, when you're in the movie theater, you see it, and they shove it down your throat like you need to watch Valerian, and then, I think it's the music that they play with it. You're just like, I mean, it kind of works.
I've heard that it's gonna rival Avatar as far as being in 3D. Like, to watch it in 3D, it will rival like Avatar as far as being a 3D movie like that. And like I was telling you earlier too, that the director already has a setup for a sequel as well as a third movie.
And that's exactly why I think it's going to be forgotten. There's if you have a sequel and a threequel already lined up, you're just setting yourself up for failure. You wait until after the movie to see if it's that big.
Well, if you want that, then James Cameron, he's been working on.
James Cameron waited until after Avatar.
No, he did not. He had it already planned, but it's just taken so long to get where he needed to be for it.
And I think that Avatar 2 and 3 is going to fail. And 4. Yeah, if they wanted to see a sequel, I thought it was fine the way it was. Avatar was one of those movies that needed to be left alone as a solo movie.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think that...
I don't think there was any point of it being a sequel. Because it ended. The story ended, really. I mean...
Yeah, it had a perfect ending. Like,
I mean...
I don't care what happened.
It was Dances with Wolves on a different planet. That's all it was.
Oh my god, it really was.
Yeah. And just as long. And a military guy goes and becomes one of the natives. He gets personal with them, and then he fights with them.
Yeah, he does.
That was the weirdest scene ever, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, it's just like...
That was very unnecessary.
It was like Japanese tentacle porn.
It was more like just dry humping.
Let's connect our braids. Ooh, you feel that? It feels fantastic, doesn't it? Yeah. And we're sitting there in the theater like, do we cover the kid's eyes or what? I mean, she's already showing basically everything.
Yeah.
I blame my mother for this.
For what?
All her spit ups.
Oh.
She gave her honey when she's not supposed to.
Oh. So I was gonna go and do the box office numbers here. Not numbers, just kind of tell people. So this weekend, a couple movies came out. Really, the only thing worth really mentioning that came out was War for the Planet of the Apes, which I think would be a good movie to go see just because Woody Harrelson's in it. They came out at number 1, so they beat out Spider-Man. About a little over $10 million. They beat out Spider-Man: Homecoming. Spider-Man was number 2. Number 3 was Despicable Me 3. I'm surprised you haven't tried seeing that yet, Trenton, with your
I refuse.
kids. Number 4 is Baby Driver. I don't know what
it looks stupid. It's got a bunch of good actors in it, but it's one of those like what?
Number 5 is The Big Stick. Or Big Sick. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that was. And then Wonder Woman came at 6th, which didn't really matter. But that's kind of your top 5 for this past weekend. I think Dunkirk actually might topple all these. What do you think?
I don't think so. I think it's going to flop.
Really? You think it's because it's been overdone or what?
I just don't think that many people are going to watch it. I think that it's got, Christopher Nolan is directing it, so that's there behind it. They've got that for them. But at the same time, there hasn't been that much market. I mean, there has been a lot of marketing just recently for it, but they haven't been shoving it.
If you think it's going to flop, and you think Valerian's going to flop, what do you think is going to be number 1 then?
Well, I don't even know right now. Like, I think the next big movie that's going to come out since what movie just topped all of them? War for the Planet of the Apes. That's one of those movies that everyone's been waiting to see because, I haven't seen the last.
So you haven't seen the remakes of the Planet of the Apes?
I've seen the first 2. I haven't seen the third one.
I think they're pretty good. I like what they did with this one.
I like it too. I mean, you've got freaking not James Franco anymore. That's sad. But you've got Andy Serkis playing Caesar, and anything Andy Serkis touches almost turns to gold.
Yeah.
So you've got a good cast in there, and then you've also got a great storyline already. So Dunkirk is unknown. Plus with Spider-Man, you've still got Spider-Man. He's everyone wanted to see that. Plus Spider-Man, everybody loves Spider-Man. I think the next movie that's going to be big is going to be The Dark Tower. That's because they've been marketing it the right way.
Well, yeah, Atomic Blonde coming out before The Dark Tower.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like James Bond, but with a woman. It's really cool, I think. From the trailers I've seen, I think it looks awesome. And it has James McAvoy in it, so I mean he's a pretty hot item at the moment, as far as
kind of. But you can't beat Idris Elba.
But that's also 2 weeks away, so of course by that point it probably will beat out anything. Yeah, I don't disagree with you on that, but I'm just
that's the next big film. Like War of the Planet of the Apes and Spider-Man are going to stay at the 1 and 2, and then after that it's going to be The Dark Tower for a while, and I don't know after that. Maybe the Emoji Movie might take over for a little bit. Who knows?
I think Valerian might topple these two.
I don't think so. I don't think Valerian's going to catch much. I mean, it's going to be in the top 5, but that's about it.
Actually, I want to read the books too. I heard they're pretty good.
I wanted to succeed. I kind of wanted to watch Valerian because it looked interesting, but the more I watch it, the more I get turned off from it.
Yeah.
The more of the trailers I see, I get turned off from them.
That's about it on my little weekend update. So. Guess we just want to talk about our main topic here, or is there anything else you want to bring up? Anything
Not
as far
really.
as maybe The Last Jedi? Is there anything?
I haven't heard much from The Last Jedi. I don't know. We're probably gonna have to wrap this up pretty soon, though.
That's what it sounds like.
But
All right, so let's talk about Spider-Man: Homecoming. Let's just get it out there. Michael Keaton was a badass.
I loved Michael Keaton.
He made a really good villain. Like,
I know. I mean, his Batman, Birdman, Vulture. That's what he is, which is the same thing as all two of the ones I just said. He did an amazing job. That plot twist. Okay, so here we go. Spoiler alert for Spider-Man.
Yeah, for this whole thing. If you have not seen Spider-Man, for one, stop here, go watch it, come back to this, and then listen to this. If you have, welcome to the show.
So, holy crap. Spider-Man's or Michael Keaton was Spider-Man.
I know. I did not realize that. I did not guess that whatsoever. That
was one of the biggest plot twists of the entire movie.
Yes. Besides,
I think that my favorite little Easter egg about the whole movie was the very beginning when they were in the Marvel scene and stuff like that. They were playing Spider-Man's theme song.
Yeah, I heard that too. I'm like, oh, it's Spider-Man. I really liked his suit even more after seeing all what it can actually do.
Yeah, the suit was really cool. I liked the suit. I liked some of the throwbacks to the comics and stuff like that. I liked how they kind of tied in Star Wars also. You know, that giant Death Star.
Yeah.
That he was building.
I feel like that would be us, Trent.
You're Spider-Man? No, I'm not Spider-Man. You were just on the ceiling. No, I wasn't. You didn't see anything. That's what he should have done.
Or how at the very end, it was after he got his suit back, and
yeah,
Aunt May was like, "What the?"
That's funny.
Oh,
so now Aunt May knows, which is kind of a big deal, I think.
Well, I think she in previous ones, I think she always knew. She didn't say it, you know.
Can we also say that Aunt May is really hot?
I think it's funny though. Like people are like, "Oh, she's too young." She's like 50 actually. The actress is like 45, 50 years old, isn't she?
Yeah, but they're portraying her as like a 35-year-old.
No, not necessarily. Because I mean, you have aunts. I have an aunt that's like 35.
I mean, and that's exactly what she is. She's Aunt May. She's not Auntie May from 1935.
I know, yeah. Or she's not his grandma. I mean, also, I kind of actually like the fact that they didn't even mention Uncle Ben whatsoever in this movie. Have you noticed that? Did you notice that at all?
I was happy about that too.
Like, I wouldn't have mind. No. I wouldn't mind maybe saying like, you know, him saying, you know, she's going hard trouble through, you know, losing Uncle Ben, but I'm glad they didn't like show a flashback or anything of that sort. That was really, I think that was awesome because we all know the story of Spider-Man. So
yes, that's something DC could take note of. I think what I heard is Tom Holland really wants wants Tobey Maguire to play Uncle Ben. I think that would be funny. He's like, I know it's not going to happen, but that'd be awesome. I liked what they did with Spider-Man being a photographer. At the very beginning of the movie, you see basically him vlogging everything, and that's what a modern 21st century photographer
yeah, but you didn't see anything past that though, as far as him wanting to be in photography. You know what I mean? Besides him vlogging his whole experience going with the Avengers and all that.
I thought it was the right amount. They didn't need to do much of anything else because he was too busy doing other stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I'm just saying, like, it's
you don't want to oversaturate that.
Like, I mean, once like he gets closer to the end of high school, I think would be where you want him to start being the photographer Peter Parker. You know. because that's when I have.
I think I think in the original movies, both of them, they oversaturated the fact that he was a photographer.
Yeah.
And, you know, I thought that they did the just right amount here. Like, you're not going to carry around a giant fucking camera everywhere you go. You're not going to, you know, most of the kids nowadays do vlog everything they do. You know, I think it's a good new adaptation of Spider-Man.
Yeah, I agree. I loved it. Because Spider-Man's one of my favorite characters in Marvel, so I really loved it. Like I said, I loved the suit was awesome. Even his own suit that he had to go back to when Tony Stark took his suit away was really cool. I thought it was really awesome. I thought as far as that. I think the vultures fly his wings and stuff were really cool. I liked how they were kind of like a hover thing instead of like an actual like flat wings.
Yeah, I don't like how Sony is still in control of this a little bit because they've been pushing the Sinister Six since day one, and it's really kind of annoying. And at the end credit scenes, you know, they were pushing for the Sinister Six again. But all right, I've got to go. I got to take care of this, and I've got to go pick up Tiffany too. So.
All right. Well, I guess this is the end of this podcast.
Like I said, this is probably going to be a short podcast. I'm really sorry about this, guys. I have some unexpected issues come up tonight. We'll definitely try to do this again soon, as soon as we can. Are we
shooting for next Tuesday, or what do you think? Or we need to talk about it a little bit more?
I'm gonna try to do next. We'll try to do next Tuesday. There's no guarantees. But we'll definitely talk to you more. Stay tuned to our Facebook pages. If you don't follow me on Snapchat, I suggest it.
I have all the links in there like that for both of our pages as well as our Quickly Awesome page in the link in the comments below or in the description below and all that. So if you want any of our information, want to follow us, contact us. If you want to be on the show, that'd be great. Just get one of those links and just contact us. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our new setup. We still need to do a couple tweaking of some sorts, but I think
viewers. More viewers.
That too, but we'll definitely have to. We'll tweak it a little bit, and hopefully you guys enjoyed our new setup, and we'll hopefully see you guys next week. And hopefully you enjoy the closing out here pretty soon, and we'll see you guys later.
Yeah, really sorry about this again, guys. Hopefully, we get to watch. I mean, we'll try to go more into depth about Spider-Man a little bit next week. We're not gonna make a whole segment like we did this week. Let's see. Crap, it's gonna be a long time before the next Dark Vader comic comes out, so I can't tell you about that until Garrett reads more into it.
Well, it gives me time at least to read them before then.
Yes, definitely read them because it's such a great story. You'll love it. I can't stress enough how much I loved it. So we will definitely be returning, guys. We're not gonna be like, yeah, we'll be back next week and not come back for another 6 months because we kind of missed this and we kind of missed doing this. So we're gonna be trying to. And I've got 2 set days off every week now. So I'm no longer working at CC's. I'm a server at Devil's Pool and also at another restaurant too. So.
Nice diversion there, Trent. All right.
Well, last time they saw I was a manager at CC's and I hated my job, so I'm in a place where I love both of my jobs.
That's good. All right, guys. Well, hopefully see you next week. We'll definitely keep you posted on our social medias. And if you have anything you want to ask us or want us to talk about on the show, leave in the comments below.
Well, anyways, as you guys can see right here, my name is Trent. I believe that's
a little more over. Right there. Nope. Over.
Right.
Nope. Other way. Right there. Yep.
Trent.
Yeah. I'm Garrett. And we'll see you guys next week, guys. All right? See ya.
All right. Bye.